Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be making hanging plants. I think this one would make a cute room decor, or you can also make it for your car mirror. So we're gonna start making the pot with a magic ring. We're gonna wrap the yarns around the finger. We're gonna put the hook under the first one and hook over into the second line. Then we're gonna finish it with a chain. So that is a magic ring. And next we're gonna make single crochet. For single crochet, we're gonna insert the hook into the ring. We're gonna yarn over and pull the yarn out, yarn over again and pull the yarn through. That's one single crochet. Since we need 6 single crochet for this row, we're just gonna make 5 more. When you're done, then you can just pull the yarn to close the hole, and we're gonna continue into the second row. In this row, we're gonna make increase stitch. So for increase, we're gonna make 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. I'm gonna start with a single crochet first. Then I'm gonna put on the stitch marker so that I know where the beginning is. And then on the same stitch, I'm gonna make another single crochet. So that is 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. And we're just gonna continue making increase until the end of the row, and the total should be 12 stitches. Into the third row, in this row we're gonna make single crochet and increase. So I'm gonna start with a single crochet first. Then on the next stitch, I'm gonna make an increase stitch. And that is the pattern for this row, single crochet and increase. And we're gonna continue with that pattern until the end of this row, and the total should be 18 stitches. For the next row, we're gonna make 2 single crochet and an increase. So we're gonna start with 2 single crochet first. Then we're gonna continue with increase on the next stitch. So that is the pattern for this row, 2 single crochet and increase. And we're just gonna continue with that pattern until the end of this row, and the total should be 24 stitches. So for the next row, we're just gonna use the back loop only. We're gonna make a slip stitch on the back loop. Then we're gonna continue with 2 chains. Then I'm gonna mark the stitch where I made the slip stitch, so I know where the beginning is. And then on the next stitch, still on the back loop, we're gonna make a half double crochet. So we're gonna wrap the yarn around the hook, insert it into the back loop. We're gonna yarn over and pull the yarn out. There will be 3 loops on your hook. We're gonna yarn over and pull through all of the loops. So that is a half double crochet on the back loop, and we're just gonna continue making that until the end of this row. To finish the row, we're just gonna make a slip stitch on the second chain. So for row 6 until row 8, basically we're just gonna do the same thing, making half double crochet for each stitches, but we're gonna do it on both loops, not just back loop only. For every row, we're just gonna start with 2 chains, and then we're just gonna continue with half double crochet for each stitches. Then at the end of every row, we're gonna finish with a slip stitch on the second chain. And we're just gonna repeat this until we reach the 8th row. So this is what it's gonna look like so far. And we're gonna start the 9th row with 2 chains. And we're gonna continue with half double crochet for each stitches, but for this row, we're just gonna use the front loop only. To finish this row, we're just gonna make a slip stitch on the second chain. So that's it for the pot. You can just go ahead and cut the yarn. And we're gonna make an invisible finish. So for invisible finish, we're just gonna insert the yarn into the second stitch from the last stitch. Then we're gonna go back into the last stitch and we're gonna insert the yarn into the back loop of the last stitch. That's invisible finish, and we're just gonna weave in the ends. Then you can just fold the last row to finish the pot. The pot should look like this, and we're just gonna continue into the soil. So for the soil, we're just gonna use the same pattern as the pot, and we're gonna use row 1 until row 4. When you're done, then you can just cut the yarn, but we're gonna leave a long tail to sew the soil into the pot. So that's basically it for the soil. Now we're gonna make the leaves. So we're gonna start with a slip knot. Slip knot is similar to magic ring, but instead of finish it with a chain, we're just gonna pull it on both sides. So that is a slip knot. Then we're gonna make 7 chains. We're gonna skip the first chain and we're gonna start from the second chain. On the second chain, we're gonna make a slip stitch. And then on the next chain, we're gonna make a single crochet. Then we're gonna make a half double crochet on the next one. Then we're gonna continue with double crochet. For double crochet, we're gonna wrap the yarn around the hook, insert it into the chain, yarn over and pull the yarn out. We're gonna yarn over and pull the yarn through the first and the second loop, yarn over again and pull through the loops. And still on the same chain, we're gonna make a slip stitch. And that is one leaf done. We're gonna make 10 chains. Then we're gonna make another leaf. So we're gonna skip the first chain and start from the second one. We're gonna make a slip stitch. Then we're gonna make a single crochet on the next chain. Continue with half double crochet. And then on the next one, we're gonna make a double crochet. Still on the same chain, we're gonna make a slip stitch. And that's the second leaf done. We're gonna continue with another 10 chains. Then we're gonna make another leaf. So we're gonna start from the second chain with a slip stitch, a single crochet on the next chain, a half double crochet next. Then we're gonna make double crochet on the next chain. On the same chain, we're gonna make a slip stitch. So that's the third leaf done, and you can make it as much as you want. So if you want a longer string, then you can just make more leaves. For a reference, mine is 6 leaves for each string. When you're done, then you can just cut the yarn and weave in the ends. So that is one string of leaves done, and we're gonna make more. If you want your pot to be a little bit more crowded, then you can just make a lot more. Please make sure that you make an even number of the strings, or else your pot will be tilted on one side. Just for a reference, my pot has 6 strings, but you can make it as many as you want. To make the flowers, we're just gonna start with a slip knot. Then we're gonna insert the yarn into the leaf. You can just place it anywhere you want, but I'm just gonna place it between the first and the second leaf. Then we're gonna continue with 4 chains. And on the same place when we insert the yarn, we're just gonna make a slip stitch. So that's the flower. You can just go ahead and cut the yarn. And we're gonna make a knot to secure the yarn. Then you can just weave in the ends. That's how to make the flower. And you can make multiple flowers for each string. Mine has 2 or 3 flowers. So we're gonna start by inserting the leaves into the soil. We're just gonna grab the leaves and we're gonna insert it into the middle part of the soil. So that is one string done, and we're gonna insert the other strings. So it's gonna look like this, and to secure the yarns, we're just gonna make knots. So we're gonna grab 2 strings of yarn, and we're just gonna make a multiple knots. Then we're gonna grab another 2 strings of yarn, and we're gonna make multiple knots. And you can just do this until all of the strings are tied. Next, we're gonna sew the soil into the pot. So we're just gonna use the back loop of the last row of the pot. And for the soil, we're also just gonna use the back loop only. So we're just gonna continue sew the soil into the pot. Before finishing, we're gonna insert the stuffing first. Then you can just continue sewing until you reach the end of the row. When you're done, then you can just weave in the ends. To make the string of the pot, first of all, I'm gonna divide the leaves into 2 different groups. Then we're gonna make the string from one side to the other side. So we're gonna insert the yarn in a stitch on the 7th row. And we're gonna make a knot first to secure the yarn. To make the string, we're just gonna continue with chains, and you can make it as many as you want. If you want longer string, then you can just make more chains. Mine is around 12 inches. When you're done, then you can just make a slip stitch on the other side of the pot. Make one chain, then cut the yarn. To make sure that the yarn is secure, I'm just gonna make another knot. Then we can just weave in the ends. That's it guys, let me know what you think about this video on the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!